an international team of researchers are focused on the Gulf of Mexico.
There we go.
These are some of their stories, intimate portraits of research, innovation, discovery. I'm Matt Damon. Please join me on a journey marked by unexpected twists and turns. The Gulf of Mexico contains a deep ocean galaxy of tiny animals. Creatures like bacteria, algae, and jellyfish. It's a dazzling display of nature that exists in nearly every ocean of the world. And then there's a phenomenon called marine snow. When these creatures join with other small particles like plants and animal wastes to form sticky flakes slowly drifting downward through the water column. As it descends, the marine snow picks up additional particles and grows larger until it becomes a major food source for animals, particularly for those living in the deep ocean. Uta Passow is a specialist in biological oceanography.
Marine snow is really important because it's the only way how food gets transported to the deep ocean. Plants can only grow at the surface ocean because only there is some light. And so all the animals living deeper down where it is dark rely on this marine snow to bring food down to them.
In 2010, while millions of gallons of oil poured into the Gulf, something very unexpected happened.
One of the new results which came out of the Gulf of Mexico research after the spill was that we found that a lot of marine snow formed and transported oil down to the seafloor.
Wherever the currents took the oil, gently falling marine snow suddenly turned into a blizzard as it mixed with oil and dispersants. Left behind was an area of oiled sediments about the size of Delaware, covering the floor of the Gulf of Mexico.
So when the spill happened, I saw some of the marine snow forming and got really involved in trying to find out what the mechanisms are, how oil gets transported to the seafloor by this mechanism. We are trying to predict in future oil spills if a significant amount of spilled oil is likely to be transported to the seafloor, because the response mechanisms would be different if we know beforehand that this might happen or not. Oceanography in general is very interdisciplinary and collaborative, because in the ocean you can't understand any one thing. If you want to understand a biological process, you need a physicist and you need a chemist trying to show you the interactions. So we are used to working together. GoMRI is really good in helping us connect between the different consortia, and is in the consortia and in the smaller groups. There's a great community built, and so we really learned to try to put things together. There was a mistake, we had an accident, we had a big spill, but we are really trying to learn from it. And that, I think, is a big deal, this willingness of trying to understand what can we learn for it and how can we do things better.
Today, the scientific community is working together to push the boundaries of what they've learned about oil spills and what still needs to be discovered.